What is going on? Jimmy here, back with another video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today, my friends, we're going to be talking E3 2021 predictions for Nintendo. Now, I will be doing a separate video for Microsoft and all the other ones. I'm going to lump them all together, and I may do a separate video for some of the other ones that I really don't want to put into that video because they're too long or something like that. But you know what, honestly, we'll talk about that all in another video. This video here is going to be exclusive to what I think we're going to see at Nintendo's press conference. And I'm also going to do another video of a wish list, but this is kind of like my predictions, right, everybody? So this is what I think will actually be there. I'm going to do another video talking about my wish list of things I'd like to see, just because the fact that they do vary a little bit there. So let's get into it. I think a major thing that we're definitely going to see, and we cannot kind of avoid talking about first here, is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the sequel, or The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, whatever that's going to be called, we're definitely going to hear something about it, and I feel like it's just stupid to think that we won't. It's been nearly 2 years since they showed off the announcement for Breath of the Wild 2, and we know that at this point it's been in development for almost as long as the original Breath of the Wild was, so that tells you they must be really working here. I know it has not been in as long of development, but it is getting up there in time as in how long it's been in development. It is not something that's recently been put into development. We know it probably started right after the game ended, just because the DLC wasn't that much content, and I assume that they did not have all of their teams working on just that DLC. I really highly doubt that. So I do think that it's a pretty safe bet to assume that we will see something about Breath of the Wild 2 shown off at E3 2021. But I think it's a very likely situation that we see something about Bayonetta 3 or Metroid Prime 4, because of the fact that both those games definitely, by now, I'd assume, have something that they can show off. Retro Studios have not released a game in years, and they've been working very hard on the Metroid Prime 4 game, and I seriously think by now we're going to see something. When it comes to Bayonetta 3, I think that's another one that's a pretty much given situation there. Both those games have been in development for a pretty significant amount of time now. I know Bandai Namco, whole situation with Metroid Prime 4 definitely did delay development for the game, but under the same token, I don't think that it got it out there to a point of no return or anything. I think by now they'll definitely have enough content to at least show us something. And my next prediction is actually going to be that we're going to be seeing something about Pokemon Legends Arceus during the E3 week, just because we know the Pokemon company loves to make their own conferences and stuff during E3 time, so we know that it probably will not be part of E3, but under the same token, it will be right around E3, so I think we can definitely lump it in here. We'll probably see more information on the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl games, I think, as well, and I think we should be all waiting for Pokemon to definitely be there. Next up, I think that will definitely be there is Splatoon 2. It is coming out in 2022. And Nintendo said they're primarily focusing on games coming out in 2021, but they did basically say that there will be a few exceptions in the stream, and I think that if Breath of the Wild 2 is not coming out this year, and it's coming out next year, that is definitely going to be one of those exceptions, and Splatoon 2 is definitely going to be another one of those exceptions. My next thing is going to be the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity DLC. I think we'll definitely be seeing that as well, obviously. I think that's another given. Next up that I think we'll definitely see is a Smash Brothers fighter, and you know what, honestly, I think that that's another given, honestly. I know I keep saying that, but I'm just trying to say things that I think are very likely to actually happen here, and I'm not trying to get too much when it comes to speculatory stuff like that. I have that all saved for another video. Next up, I'd like to talk about the fact that if you did not know, it is Zelda's anniversary this year. The Legend of Zelda as a series, it's its anniversary year, and I think that we'll definitely be seeing something. If the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is not coming out this year, I think we're getting more than just Skyward Sword ported to the Nintendo Switch this year. I think we're going to get a collection pack or some type of 3D All-Stars type treatment. Hopefully it does not go away like 3D All-Stars had to die, unfortunately. But I seriously do think that we'll be seeing something there. I really do, just because of the fact that, it is an anniversary year. Zelda has never sold as well as it did on the Switch, so I think that, Nintendo sees that. They want to capitalize on that. They want to make money. We want to buy the games. We want to have a good time. And I think it's very likely that we see some of those 3DS and Wii U ports find their way on the Nintendo Switch. Next up, I'd like to say that I think it's very likely that we will see some kind of commemorative situation for Donkey Kong. I know I didn't mention it for Metroid because I really don't expect that. I really don't expect it. I expect we're going to see something for Metroid, but I do not think that we're going to get a game out this year in celebration for it. I really don't. When it comes to Donkey Kong, I think there's a little more hope, considering that, you know what, honestly, we don't get a lot of Donkey Kong games, and it's been a long time, and Nintendo seems to like Donkey Kong overall a little more than they do compared to Metroid. I also think that it's definitely possible that we will see some type of a trailer or teaser for Mario Odyssey 2, I think that'd be a great game to launch with the Switch Pro if it is supposedly coming out. And last but definitely not least, I think that we'll definitely be seeing something for Shin Megami Tensei 5. Now, we know that everything did leak that they're going to show us off there. I'm not going to talk about that in this video. If you want to hear about that, I will leave a video at the end of this one. You can click on it and watch about it. But basically what happened is Sega and Atlas updated their website, and when they did it, someone screen capped it and got all the information that was there and now spread it all over the place so everybody knows exactly what's going to be shown off at E3. So we pretty much know exactly that this is definitely for E3, because why else would they have it? It's a Nintendo game that's going to be treated like a first-party game. It's not going to go to any other system that we know of currently. So I think that it's definitely going to be part of Nintendo's E3 Treehouse, or their presentation part, or both parts. It would be ideal for it to be at both parts, but I seriously do think that these are the games that we'll be seeing at E3. If I did miss something that you think is completely obvious that we will see at E3, don't forget to drop me a comment down below and let me know what it was. These are my predictions. I'm going to be honest with you. I do not think that anything that I did not mention is going to be at E3. I will make another video that's more speculatory, like I told you all, and it will be about the things that I'd love to see at Nintendo's E3. But when it comes to things that I think we'll actually see at Nintendo's E3 or around E3 for the Pokemon Presents stuff, this is kind of what I'm talking about and what I think's going to go down. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to drop me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new for content all the time. Thank you for watching. Jimmy out of here.